Okay, so that's pretty insane. Here it is, guys. The World Princess Record. Let's show you how we did it. Hi guys, Spencer23 here. Welcome back and thank you for watching another episode of Clash Royale, and today I'm going to give you the solution to the mass princess record. Now I think this is the record so far. Nobody's been anywhere near that I have seen, so I'm going to show you how Sin and I managed to get a huge number of princesses onto the battlefield all at once. Way more than we predicted and way more than in the previous video when we set the challenge. So because I don't actually have a princess, I don't have the princess card. I just haven't been there yet to get that card, and I certainly haven't opened enough of magical chests. Super magical epic chests. So Sin is the person who's going to use the princesses, and I am going to be the defender. Now the two people who are both doing this to try and build up these both have different responsibilities. Now the first thing that you need to do, we both need to take each other's towers. We figured this out pretty early on. If you don't do that, then when the time runs out and you're trying to make sure that you've balanced getting both towers so that you can get your extra time, everything goes wrong. Best thing to do, take down both towers in the beginning so that it's definitely a draw when the time runs out, and you can keep going. You need all of the time to get anywhere near this record, and you also need to take the right kind of deck. We tried all kinds of decks, and you don't want to be taking a bunch of troops that you later have to cycle through and use in the battle, which are going to be no good to you at all. You need some cards that you can waste. So you'll notice that Sin has taken a Zap. Zap is one of the cheapest ways to waste elixir without smashing your opponent. We did try all sorts of other methods, but there was nothing that we could do. So that is both towers. Both towers are now down. Now it's time to start pumping the elixir. We did get to the stage where Sin simply could not produce any more princesses due to the fact he just didn't have enough elixir. Before that, my towers were being completely destroyed because I could not manage to defend the mass amount of princesses. So we did come up with a way of doing it. This so far is our all-time record. So I put buildings along the line of the river. That's in case he needs to ditch any troops. He can ditch them near to those buildings and I can smash them straight away so that I don't end up in a serious problem defending my king tower. That's not what I need. Now I'm trying to cycle through my cards, trying to get as many pumps out as I possibly can. And the first thing we decided was going to help us was to send out the gravestone. Now that, when you don't have a giant available to distract the princesses, the Larrys will temporarily distract them. As you can see, there's the first princesses arrive. They will stop, they will shoot at them, but of course when you get a crowd of them, doesn't really help you any because they are splash and all of them will be destroyed instantly. Now what you don't want to do is send so many giants that you end up destroying your opponent's king tower, so you need to balance this. It's a really fine balancing act. That's what makes this so much fun, that both players are both trying to balance their battling attacks so perfectly so that we can get as many princesses out by the time that the time runs out, and without destroying completely your opponent. I've got about 5 princesses out now. I've got a whole load of buildings, and you've got to keep putting out your pumps. It's very tempting to keep dropping the giants, but you need to keep making your elixir pumps because they will keep expiring. And the other problem is, of course, you don't want to send a golem anywhere near the princesses because when it explodes, you'll wipe out all the princesses. Look how many pumps I've got out here. I've got 7 elixir pumps, 8 elixir pumps, and I've got 2 gravestones running on the right-hand side. Here comes the princesses now. I think we've got 9 princesses there at the moment. Look how quick they take down the giant. Got to be a little bit careful with the giant who carries the cannon because he can be a bit of a pain in the ass and he can take down the opponent's king tower if you send too many of those while the princesses are distracted. I keep dropping my giants as often as I can, stick them in the middle. Now you can send a giant at the princesses directly, try and push them back a little bit, but we found that really didn't work overly well. Once you get enough out, you can eventually drop a golem, send it the opposite way, but you'll see in a second how long a golem lasts, and it really isn't very long at all. Need to never get to the stage where you've got no gravestones pumping, because every inch that these princesses gain forward, you will never get back. You just can't push them back, and they're getting more and more powerful by the second. Keep spamming down those elixir pumps. The giants are lasting less and less time now. Here comes the golem. Now, luckily, all the princesses are not entirely shooting at the golem. Some of them are distracted by Larry's, so the golem does survive what I would say is a reasonable amount of time, but not really all that long. Giant again, just keep pumping these mega troops out, and now it's getting really, really difficult to balance this. Don't want these princesses moving forward. If they move forward even 2 squares, then you're probably not going to make it till the end of the time, and you're not going to get the record. Here we go now. What are we at? I think we're up to about 15 princesses now. How many can we get? It's getting insane. Here comes the golem. Watch how quickly the golem goes down this time. A little bit quicker. Larry's are still distracting the princesses. Is this going to be the record? Golem goes down, but golemites don't last more than half a second. Here comes the giant. Backup defense. Now, Sin's running out of elixir pumps now. I'm running out of ways to defend myself because I need to keep replacing the elixir pumps, but without being in a position where I never have a giant. Here they come. That's the 15. Is that 15? I think that's 15. 15 princesses, but we're going to keep going. We're not going to stop at 15. That's nowhere near the record. We had 18 last time. Let's get 3 more in. Can we hold this off a little bit longer? The princesses are still marching in, and I'm in serious trouble now. I can't defend myself, but look how quickly that golem goes down. You don't even get to see the golemites. They just don't exist. They're wiped out, and they're onto my king tower. 6 seconds to go. I've lasted throughout the whole battle, and here it is. This is the record. First princess just survives. She isn't killed, and as the 2 pile into the back of that pack, that's 28 princesses on the battlefield all at once. That, guys, has got to be the record. Now, I know a lot of you don't have the princess card yet. I don't even have it. But when you do get there, let me know how you do. I would love to see somebody beat 28. Maybe you use a different strategy, but it's a lot of fun trying to figure one out. Thank you guys for watching. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. If you've got some good ideas, by the way, let me know in the comments how we might be able to improve that. I think we've thought of everything, but we probably haven't. Back a little bit later on, guys, we have got the best war raid I think I've ever seen. But until then, you guys take care.
Send everyone!